Old Navy, why did I receive a message from one of my followers saying that she received her package of size 3X clothing from you all, and this is what came in the mail?
So glad to see that our friend was able to put that Harvard education to good use. Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Katie, and for those of you who don't know me, I used to weigh 360 pounds, and I've lost 180 pounds and kept it off for years now. And on this channel, we will discuss weight loss, weight maintenance, nonsense I see online about body positivity and fat acceptance, my experiences with all of that, and well, anything else I feel like talking about. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, and let's get into today's video. So today, I have several TikToks from our friend to the channel, Samyra. And she recently got ready for and competed in a 5K. So I figured we'll go ahead and watch those together, and I'll give you my reactions along the way. And be sure to stick around to the very end for a bonus TikTok from our friend Tess Holiday.
Miss Tess Holiday!
Pardon? I'm doing a 5K this weekend. Do y'all have this set in a 3X?
This color is not available.
Okay. Do you have anything in a 3X? Do you have any like returns? I'll try a 2X legging.
Too tight. He's falling. They did not pass the test. It's time to go.
Okay, so after seeing that, I do have some questions. And the first question that I'm going to have is, did our friend just sign up for that 5K on a whim? Because otherwise, I'm genuinely confused why she would wait until the last moment to try to go get clothing in store for this. Because she's had a long-running series on her platforms that she can't find plus-size clothing in store. So it seems that she is aware of that. So I'm not really sure, did she sign up for this race at the last moment? That's the first question that I have. And then if she did sign up on a whim, or even if she did plan ahead for this, that I really hope she is preparing for this and not just only focused on the outfit that she's going to wear. But let's go ahead and take a look at this next one and see if she answers any of these questions.
I'm doing a 5K this weekend. I just want like a cute set. Ideally a 4X.
A 4X? Okay, so I'm completely sold out in all 4Xs in every single color for this particular style.
What about a 3?
They're all sold out. I'm starting online.
Oh, is there like no pink or purple? Yeah, I don't mind trying that.
See it?
Yeah.
Okay, it says that they didn't have her size, so she's trying on an extra large. Okay, she asked the clerk for a 4X. Our friend knows that that's not going to fit her. That's a big difference in sizing. Look, on the last one, she asked for a 3X and then tried on a 2X, which that seems reasonable. I understand that plenty of brands do run very differently. Different garments have different amounts of stretch to them, so that very reasonable. But asking for a 4X and then trying on an extra large, she knew that wasn't going to fit. And that's where this starts to feel like a performance to me. She waited until the last moment knowing full well that she has run into a lot of issues, and many plus size creators have said the same complaint, that they can't find something in store when they need it. And despite the fact many of us might run into those issues, that's something I've heard repeatedly from our friends specifically and numerous creators in these spaces. So she's waiting till the last moment to go try to find something in store, and then she asked for a 4X and is now trying to squeeze into an extra large. I don't know about you, but to me this is starting to feel very performative.
The color's cute, right?
Yeah, but I'm trying to get this situated. Yeah, I think if this was like bigger.
So just talk to the sales associate. She's gonna call another location and see if they have this in a 4X.
Sold out.
Sold out. No worries. Thank you.
Okay, so that definitely didn't answer any of my questions. And I can't help but notice that in this one and the previous one, she was asking the clerks for sets. Which, don't get me wrong, I understand it makes it very nice and easy to put together an outfit. However, I also understand that a matching set is definitely not necessary to participate in a 5K. It's not necessary at all to work out. It might make it a little easier for people, but it is certainly not necessary. And so I'm noticing she's already having trouble finding her size. Now she's asking for sets, and now she's asking for specific colors. She was asking for pink and purple and other colors other than black. So that does make me wonder if they may have had other items there that would have worked for her, but just maybe didn't fit all of her criteria. But let's go ahead and check out this next one and see if any of these questions get answered.
Hi. I was having trouble finding the plus size activewear.
We don't have it.
Oh, no.
All the activewear is here, but we don't have the plus sizes.
Okay. Are there just like no plus sizes at all at this Macy's?
Yes, even the clothing.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see if we can order it for you.
I need it for this weekend. I'm doing a 5K. I just came from Fabletics and they didn't have anything either.
Oh.
Yeah. It's okay. I'll just keep looking. Thank you.
Yeah, they took out the plus sizes.
I don't know why they did that.
Even the gowns and everything.
As if we don't wear dresses. Thank you.
Okay, definitely didn't answer any of the questions that I have. And I see that clearly that last one was Macy's, and the previous one before that appears to be Fabletics. Not really sure where that first one was filmed. But I'm genuinely curious if our friend checked out Old Navy, Kohl's, sporting goods stores like Dick's, or any other place that carries workout gear, because there are so many stores that carry workout gear that I'm genuinely curious why she just kind of stopped at those stores. Especially when I remembered this TikTok from January with our friend.
See what happens when you have cute plus sizes in store?
Wait, I'm actually obsessed with this color. Like, am I going to Pilates in this? I like this. And it don't fall. It don't fall. Finding purple plus size in store is unheard of. This is it. This is it. Hello, pickleball. Because this is it, y'all. Y'all, the pleats, the pleats, the pleats. Whoa. Whoa. Now, wait a minute. Because if I'm finally about to get a cute little beige set, it's over.
See what happens when you have cute plus sizes in store? They sell.
And that was from the middle of January. Our friend presumably bought all 4 of those. I mean, she's got a full bag leaving the store, so it appears she at least bought more than one of those sets. And I would have to assume that she did buy all 4, considering she showed them off to everyone, right? So now I have even more questions. First off, why couldn't she have worn one of those 4 outfits that she already purchased just back in January? Is our friend trying to insinuate since January that she has worn out all of those outfits? Like worn them and washed them to the point that they are no longer wearable? Because otherwise I'm really confused why she would then need a brand new outfit for this race. Is this race like a theme or something that she's trying to fit? Now, there are people who will dress up in costumes or like a theme or something if that fits the theme of the race. So, for example, last summer I did the Christmas in July race. So I wore my Grinch shirt, I wore Santa earrings, I wore Christmas bows in my hair, and like bright green shorts. But that being said, those were all things that I already owned and just kind of threw them together. But there are plenty of people that will dress up. Like, for example, when I do the pumpkin run every year in my city, it's right before Halloween, so you'll see people in costume and stuff all the time. But the idea that you need to go out and get a brand new outfit if she already had clothing that would have worked for this really feels performative to me. Just not even 3 months ago, she went out and bought 4 new outfits to work out in. So, I mean, how many outfits does our friend need to work out in? You can only wear one at a time, right? I mean, last I checked. So I really am curious how many clothes would be enough at this point.
I'm about to go for a walk, but I really wanted to show y'all with no cuts that these do not move no matter where I go, no matter how I bend, like no matter what I do, like they don't move. No matter what I do, they don't move. They don't move.
Okay, so clearly that outfit would have worked for her race. She was using it to go for a walk. She even has a jacket that she can wear if it was chilly. So I'm just genuinely curious why the big show to go to all these stores to try to go find an outfit for a race. This is where it feels performative. It makes me wonder, would our friends still have done this if she couldn't make content out of it? And I'm not even talking about the race, but her getting ready for this race by trying to go find a new outfit when it's clear she has workout gear that would have worked. So let's go ahead and check out this next TikTok and see if our friend made it to the race if she ended up having to wear one of her older outfits, if she found a new outfit, or if she's going to do this naked as a jaybird.
3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, so she made it to a race, which I'm very glad to see. Now, that being said, I do have some more questions, because it appears that she did find an outfit, but we never actually saw her find an outfit. And not just that, but she found an outfit that matches her friend's. So that just begs the question, if she found this in store, why didn't our friend film it, or at least tell people where she got it from? Because isn't this the magical unicorn that she was looking for? She found a matching set in her size, in the colors that she wanted. And she found a corresponding one for her friend, it appears. Or was this the plan all along? Because I would have to think that our friend would understand that it would be very difficult to try to find an outfit last minute in store, at least based off of all the content that she has previously made, right? So what, did they order these outfits online and already have all of this planned, and then our friend just saw an opportunity to go make content? Again, I just have a lot of questions. And it makes me wonder why our friend doesn't want to call out the store or the brand that obviously was doing the things that she was looking for. Why she wouldn't want to call them out and promote them. But yet she has absolutely no problem tearing down the brands that aren't meeting her expectations. So again, it's just brought up a lot more questions for me. But let's go ahead and see if she answers any of those.
This is good. Wait, everybody's running. You're running a little fast. Yo, he's juggling. Oh, he's juggling.
Thank you. Best size. Where is mile 1?
Mile 1. The blue is even.
No, it's even.
It's definitely giving cheetah girl realness. Pardon. Mile 2. And we look good too. Whoever dry water is, y'all ate that. That tastes good as hell.
Wait, they got fancy name brand water? Most races that I'm at, they do have water stations, usually. And we're usually lucky to get jug-o water or just standard bottled water. Hell, actually, some of them I've been at, I'm pretty sure that like they take place in parks, and they've just turned on the water in the park. So it's basically like hose water in a Dixie cup. And I'll tell you what, when you're in the middle of a race, that hose water in a Dixie cup, it's the best tasting water you will ever have in your life. But never been at a fancy enough race to actually have name brand water. At least, not that I'm aware of, at least.
Hell, how much we got left?
Like half a mile.
No. I'm kidding, let's go. Okay. I'm about to beat you. Oh, my glasses. See, try to get cute. Gotta relax. Mile 3. Y'all, it's the finish line. That's how you do. Some days you just wake up and want a medal.
All right, our friend did complete that 5K, and I do congratulate her. I know that I heard a statistic maybe a year or two ago that less than 3% of the US population has done a race of a 5K or longer. So it's not something that a lot of people have done. So I do congratulate our friend for completing that. That being said, I know I wasn't alone in being curious about her outfit, because I did go to the comment section, and at least at time of filming, a lot of people had asked where she got her outfit from, and she didn't respond to anybody. After all of those TikToks that she made trying to find an outfit and showing that they didn't have plus sizes in store, a lot of people were directly asking her where she got that from, so maybe they could find it for themselves. But she never answered or responded at all. So it really does make me feel like all of this was just for content, at least the shopping portion of it. Because otherwise, where did she get that outfit that matched her friends? After all of that buildup of showing the stores that didn't have it and didn't have her style or anything she was looking for, and, you know, conveniently sidestepping the fact she already bought a whole bunch of workout clothes back in January, she never responded to any of that. She didn't seemingly want to promote the actual company that did all of the things that they always ask for. So it just seems rather curious to me why our friend went through all of that just to not tell people where she got that outfit from. The other thing that I did happen to notice while looking through the comments, our friend did have her time listed for her 5K. And I want to preface this by saying, I will never judge anybody for their time in a race, ever. Lord knows I'm never going to win a race. I mean, I am not some teenage cross-country star, that's for sure. It's very humbling when you think, hey, maybe there's a shot, and then you see somebody run a race in like 16, 17 minutes, and you're just like, yeah, that's not going to be me. So I will never judge people on their time. But I do have an observation. She did have her time listed at 1 hour and 1 minute, which if you run the pace per mile on that, that comes out to 20 minutes per mile, which very much is a walking pace, which no shade whatsoever. I walk literally every single race I have ever done. If you ever see me running at a race, I'm probably being chased by something. You should probably run too. But I am very upfront in the idea that I do walk all of my races. And a lot of the clips that she was showing throughout the race, it appeared that she wanted to show that she was either running or jogging that race. And clearly she would have been either doing a mix or doing a majority of walking throughout this race. So looking at the clips that she put in and then seeing the time that she got, it just felt to me like there was almost like a disconnect in which she was trying to show that she was jogging or running this race. And it almost gave me glitter and lasers vibes, if I'm being honest, where I have absolutely no problem. And again, there is no shame whatsoever in walking any of these races. Walking is great. It's wonderful. And for many of us, that might be all we're capable or able to do. I mean, running is never going to be in the cards for me, especially like long distance running. I can do short distance sprints, like when my kids try to dart out in a parking lot and I got to go chase after them. That's been very helpful. But actually trying to go run a 5K, just not in the cards for me. I already have a connective tissue disorder. I have hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So that makes things a little dicey. But then on top of that, a little over 10 years ago, I had ankle reconstruction surgery. And the specific tendons that were repaired, my peroneal tendons, the surgery that I had done to repair them, there's like a 50-50 shot that long distance running could cause that same issue all over again. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and stick with walking. And that, again, is totally fine. So I'm very upfront with the idea that I walk all of these races, and you absolutely can walk. And I feel like oftentimes on social media, people aren't always being 100% transparent. They want to give the illusion of transparency, just like we've seen so many times again with glitter and lasers. How many times has she restarted a fitness journey, or now she's going to be a protein queen or a confidence queen or what have you? And she doesn't stick with it because it's not authentically who she is, right? And I feel like as content creators, we often have the opportunity to try to remove barriers and expose others to experiences, right? And in this instance, I feel like our friend just missed that opportunity. She focused so heavily on what she was going to wear and that she had to go get a matching set and a brand new outfit in order to go run this race. When in reality, you don't need a matching set. You definitely don't need a new outfit. And I feel like there were more realistic ways she could have presented this to her audience if she actually were trying to inspire them to want to go do one of these races. And again, I just feel like there was a missed opportunity with our friend here. So I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity and give you an idea of what I think would be a realistic idea for what you would need if you wish to participate in a 5K. So I did just have my first race of the season on Saturday. It was a 5K just up the road from my house, and boy, was it cold. Oh my goodness. It was probably the coldest race that I've ever done, and I've done races in November before. That being said, it could have also just been because I didn't layer enough before I did this, but either way, I did complete it. I made it through it, and It was like 40 degrees. We had like 20, 25 mile an hour winds. It was misting the entire time, and we were walking around a lake, so you had this wind blowing right off the lake. It was just so cold. But this is exactly what I wore to my 5K on Saturday. First, I had my leggings. So yes, you will need a pair of pants or a pair of shorts, whichever you do prefer. I personally pretty much always stick with leggings just simply because I don't want to have to worry about my loose skin rubbing or chafing or anything like that. And so I always stick with my leggings, and these are about, 5 or 6 years old. They did come from Kohl's, and you can tell I've worn them so many times and washed them so many times. The reflective pieces on the back now are about ready to peel off completely, and fairly confident I got these on sale or clearance. So you definitely don't need anything new for a 5K, that's for sure. Just something that you don't mind exercising in and potentially sweating in. Next we have a shirt. Again, nothing fancy. Doesn't even have to be new. Doesn't even have to match. I mean, I guess purple and blue kind of do match, but even if they didn't, who cares? Nobody has ever cared at any race I've ever been at. And pretty much every race I've done, I've gotten a race t-shirt or I've gotten a pullover or something of some sort. So even if you don't have a shirt, when you sign up for the race and pick up your packet, you'll probably get one. But again, just any shirt you don't mind working out in and sweating in. If you need one, get yourself a sports bra. Doesn't have to be fancy. Doesn't even have to be a pretty color. Most people probably won't even see it anyway. This one I happened to get because this color was on clearance, but as long as it fits and it does what it's supposed to and it doesn't rub, you should be in good shape. Then depending on the weather, you may need a jacket or a sweatshirt, or if it was Saturday, you probably needed both. Again, it was so stinking cold. Oh my goodness. But this jacket I got from Sam's Club, and it's older than my son because I definitely remember wearing this jacket while I was pregnant, at least early on in the pregnancy. So this is probably at least 11 years old, maybe older. Again, does not have to be new, just has to be something you don't mind wearing to a race. Now the next one I'm going to say is, I think, arguably the most important one. Good running shoes. You want to find ones that are comfortable for you, very supportive, allow you to move and bend and flex as needed. And if you have a running shoe store in your area, it's definitely worth a trip to go get fitted and just to try on different styles and see what all they have. But again, they don't have to be fancy. They don't have to cost a whole lot of money, but you do want to have good running shoes. These are the Nike Free Run 5.0s. Unfortunately, I do believe they've been discontinued, but I do have a number of these in different colors. So I've got like 6 or 7 pairs right now that I literally just wear with different outfits depending on the color that I want to wear, right? Because I don't really wear much else after I had my ankle surgery, if I'm being fair. But I do have a couple pair put back until I have to replace them. These all cost, I'm going to say, anywhere between $50 to like $90. I think $99 was their regular price, and I typically was able to find them on sale. And then when I would find them on sale, I would try to stock up whatever I could in my size because I love these shoes. So again, does not have to be fancy. You don't need 8 or 9 pairs of shoes like I have. You definitely don't need all of that. You just need a pair of running shoes that you feel comfortable in. And then in that same vein, running socks. Now, I'll be the first to admit, I didn't think these were necessary when I first started racing. And unfortunately, I did have to find out the hard way that these are definitely necessary for me. So last year I did my first 7K, and about mile 3.5, coming up on mile 4, I started feeling blisters on the bottom of my feet, unfortunately. And that has never happened anytime I've done any races, anytime I've walked around the neighborhood with the kids. All of the miles that I have walked, I never had issues with that. But that day, it was incredibly hot, it was incredibly humid, and the cotton socks that I was wearing, they just trapped all that moisture right there on my foot and caused it to rub. And these don't do it. It's made out of moisture wicking material. And I've even heard some runners do enjoy wool socks because, again, the same thing, it'll take the moisture away from your body. But this will not rub up against me at all. And so there's really nice and thick and comfy. And again, I haven't gotten any blisters since I got these. So huge difference it made for me, at least personally. But I did do a lot of races in just traditional athletic socks to start. So if you feel like this is something you would like to do continuously, or you are worried about your feet, it may be worth the investment for you. But if you are comfortable in regular athletic socks, you might be able to skip that as well. Because these cost, I want to say, yeah, these were $16 a pair. Each sock cost $8. $8. I can get a whole bag of socks for $8. 2 for a pair of socks. My goodness. So I really do love these socks, but they are quite pricey. You may not need them. And I'll be honest, I have precisely 2 pair that I reserve specifically for my races for this. Now, everything else I'm about to show you that I do bring to my races is entirely optional. As long as you have shoes on your feet, clothes that you can wear, and you sign up for the race, you should be good to go. So first one is going to be my water bottle. I do fill this up with a bunch of ice and a bunch of water, and then I leave this in my car the entire time I'm at the race. And then I have this after the race in case I need a whole bunch of ice water, or if it's really, really super hot and I want to pour some on my shirt or something to cool off. Very nice to have some extra water with me, but not necessary at the races I've been at, because at every race I've been at, there is water at the finish line. And then typically there may be 1 or more water stations along the course as well, just depending on the race. But I do always leave this in my car and then have extra in case I need it. Next, I do have my race bag. It's just one of these little cinch bags like this. And actually, I do believe I got this at a race. I have probably 15 or 20 of these from different races I've gone to, or just different festivals around my city I've gone to. So I have a whole bunch of these that I use for different things. And again, did not have to buy one, just eventually did enough races that I got a whole bunch of them. So next I've got my waist pack or my fanny pack, whatever you want to call it. Just a little something to hold my ID, my keys, my phone. Because, I mean, Lord knows if we're actually going to get pockets in our pants, right? Okay, next I have, my case with my headphones. And again, totally optional, but if you want to listen to music or a podcast or anything, definitely recommend some headphones. That being said, if you have any song suggestions for my playlist for my races, let me know down in the comments below. This year, I always try to stick with like a theme or a genre or something every year. And this year I am doing 70s funk and soul and disco. So any song suggestions you have, let me know down in the comments below. Okay, next I have, my gloves. I definitely use these on Saturday, and I like these kind because they are fingerless, so I can still use my phone or touch screens or anything else I need to. And then I like real thin, lightweight gloves like this because even though it was really cold on Saturday, once I got to like probably about halfway through the race, I ended up having to peel these off and just shove them in my pockets real fast. So I do like lightweight, thin gloves for cold mornings like that, but then once you get going, you might be able to go without them. Okay, next I've got, this is one of those cooling things that go around your neck. Yeah, it goes around your neck, or I think you might be able to even put it around your head or something. I don't know. It's made of that cooling material, and you can wear it like that if you wanted to. I personally don't like tight things like that around me at all, so I just use it to like wipe my sweat or something as need be. And again, I did not buy this. This did come from one of the races that I got. You can always tell when it's got like company brands all over it. Probably came from a race that I went to. Okay, next I've got, you never know when you'll need those. Okay, next I've got, these are the little cleaning cloths that I can use on my glasses because, when I'm not filming, I pretty much have to wear my glasses all the time if I'd like to see, which is always helpful. So this definitely came in handy on Saturday after it was misting all morning and I had a whole bunch of water spots on my glasses, so I could actually drive home and see. Yay. Okay, next I got, I don't know if I'm allowed to show those or not. They're my medical gummies. You know, sometimes you might just need to make a race a little bit more magical. But I swear, it's medicinal. Okay, next I have, a pair of clean, dry socks. Just in case my feet get wet for any reason. It's raining, I step in a puddle or what have you. I can get back out to my car and have a pair of clean, dry socks and do not have to have wet feet to drive home. And then to go along with that, just in case I do have any wet clothes, wet socks, wet anything that I need to take off after a race, I do always keep a plastic bag. And this actually also came from another race last year. So it's a nice little plastic bag with a drawstring. And if anything gets wet, I can toss it in here and then I don't have to get the rest of my bag wet. Okay, next I've got, this is another one of those cooling towels. And this one is just like actually a towel. But again, this also came from another race in one of the goodie bags. And you can just use it to wipe sweat off and whatever if you get real super hot. Okay, next up I've got, my kinesio tape. I use this stuff all the time on all sorts of different joints. And I like this kind in particular right here because it's the pre-cut strips. So if I need to, I can just pull a strip off of the roll like this and then I can use it on the go, no problem. But also not sponsored. Although I must say, if there were ever a perfect sponsorship that could exist, I would think it would be with me and kinesio tape. My name is literally right here on the product. Come on, kinesio tape. I'm not above receiving free stuff. Okay, next I've got, this is liquid bandage, like the spray-on bandage, just in case I have any issues with any blisters or anything like that. After I had the blisters on the bottom of my feet last year, I picked some up and tossed it in my bag, just in case. To be fair, I have yet to use it, but I am glad I have it because, again, those blisters were no joke last year. Lip balm, because, well, I always have lip balm somewhere. Okay, next I've got, pack of gum. And this can come in handy because unfortunately, I am a mouth breather. I will admit it. So I've got a deviated septum. It's 100% deviated on the right side of my face. And that makes breathing out of the right side of my face pretty much impossible. And that means breathing out of my nose is not really fun. So a lot of times, especially when I am exercising, I will breathe through my mouth and you'll end up with dry mouth really easily, especially it's real hot and dry outside. So sometimes a piece of gum goes a long way to keeping the dry mouth away. And these are little electrolyte drink packs. Again, these were given to me at a race last year and I just kind of tossed them in here and have yet to use them. I think they're still good. Yeah, they're still good. So I'll give them to the end of the season and see if I use them. I haven't used these yet because usually at the end of the race, I'm so thirsty. I just want ice cold water. And that's the only thing that really sounds good to me. But we'll see if I end up using them. And if nothing else, I guess I have them. And last but not least, I've got safety pins. Now, I usually try to keep a few safety pins on hand. I didn't realize that the collection had grown quite so much. But at every race, you will have a bib that you have to wear with the number on it. And then the back side of it is going to have a tracker back here, or at least all of the ones that I have chip trackers on the back of them. So that way they can do your timing and make sure that you actually completed the whole race course and everything right. But you have to put this on you somewhere and you're going to need a way of putting it on you. So safety pins. Now, every race I've been to, when you go to pick up at Packet Pickup, they've always got safety pins on hand and they'll either just hand them to you or I'll grab a few while I'm there. But I always keep a few extra just in case somebody else needs some. One of mine breaks, what have you. And again, I didn't realize my collection had grown quite so much, but I do usually keep a few extra on hand. And the last thing that I bring with me, which again is entirely optional, and I didn't start until actually just Saturday. I recently picked up a GoPro so that way I can film my races and just wear it on me and make it a lot easier to get footage while I'm racing, because I don't know about anyone else, but I always feel very self-conscious holding my phone up in public and then trying to film myself in public. I know that I'm a content creator and I film myself and I put myself on the internet, but for whatever reason, doing that in public, that's just like a bridge too far for me. I can't do it. Even just trying to take a quick selfie, I'm like really self-conscious, looking around like, I hope no one's watching. Even if everybody else is taking selfies, I'm like, I hope no one's watching. I got to get over it one of these days, but maybe this will help in me getting over it, I suppose, because I did use this on Saturday, and once I got it set up, I didn't even really think about it, if I'm being perfectly fair. I did realize after I got home and processed all my footage that the camera was pointing down further than I wanted, but, you know, live and learn, and it'll just get better from here, right? So that is everything that I bring with me to my races, and if you notice, a good portion of it either I already had on hand or was given to me at these races, and I've just kind of accumulated a lot of this stuff over the last couple of years of doing races. So I think that is much more realistic of what to expect if you are wishing to do these types of races. Nobody cares if you're wearing a brand new outfit. Nobody cares if you're wearing a matching outfit. At least, again, not at any of the races that I have been to, that's for sure. And people may wear costumes if it's around Halloween, or they may dress up if there's a theme to that race. But none of that is required. None of that is expected. And no one's going to judge you if you don't do it. Most people that I have encountered have been incredibly welcoming. And they're just happy to see that people showed up for the race.
I just want to say I enjoy seeing you because I remember you from last year.
Oh, well, thank you. It's nice to see you too, even though it's so cold. And now let's go ahead and check out a bonus clip with our friend Samyra and see if you can spot why our friend has already deleted this clip.
Old Navy, why did I receive a message from one of my followers saying that she received her package of size 3X clothing from you all, and this is what came in the mail?
Okay. I know I probably shouldn't laugh, but that is funny. I'm sorry. It is. That is. That appears that that's a shipping label. I don't believe that that's a label that Old Navy put on there. That looks like one of those shipping labels that gets put on by whatever carrier they use. So with all the barcodes on there and the big 3 letters on there. I mean, I gotta be honest. I know that spells out fat, but the ones that I get to my house, they'll say CLE or CAK. Why? That's Cleveland Hopkins or Canton Akron airports. That's an airport code. I'm like 1,000% positive that that's an airport code. And when I looked it up, it does appear that Fresno uses the airport code FAT. So let's see if our friend can put 2 and 2 together.
This is what came in the mail. Now, I'm not going to make any assumptions. And everybody else, Old Navy's grown. They can speak for themselves. But the one thing I will say is that this could be avoided if you sold your size 3Xs and 4Xs in store. And not only online.
Old Navy didn't put that label on. That comes from the shipping carrier. Or that might even get put on at the airport. I'm not certain. But I do know that I used to have to package up online orders at Men's Warehouse, and we didn't put any of those labels on at the store level. Nobody does. Once the shipping carriers picked it up, it was out of our hands, so that wasn't Old Navy's fault at all, nor do I think there was any fault at all to be had. If that's an airport code, that's all that means. And again, that was my first instinct because I've gotten so many packages that had either, again, CLE or CAK, depending on which direction they came from, but I could immediately tell that was an airport code. So maybe the person that sent it to her just recently moved there, or they never got a package like that through the airport before, but yeah, I'm going to guess that's an airport code. And I'm really guessing that's an airport code because, again, went to the comment section. And yeah, everybody else had the same exact thought that I did, that it had to have gone through Fresno Airport. So I'm guessing our friend did finally realize that because, again, she did delete this. This was put up a little over a week ago, and it's definitely not on her page any longer. So glad to see that our friend was able to put that Harvard education to good use. Meanwhile, I dropped out of a state school and figured it out in like 2 seconds. But if you've made it this far, let's go ahead and check in on that bonus clip with our friend Tess Holiday. And she is responding to a comment that reads, "Just take the Ozempic. Nobody will judge."
The funny thing is, you would judge.
So it appears like our friend is almost having a moment of clarity here. It's like she realizes she has painted herself into a corner with her career, with her actions, the way that she has presented herself on social media. Unfortunately, I've seen it time and time again. When people make their career off of their looks or off of their body, if something changes in that regard, then that often leads to other changes in their career and their life, right? So she has made her entire career off of being plus sized and being this plus size model. If she were to lose weight, she already knows what's going to happen. Look what just happened to Remy Bader. Look what's happened to Adele. How about Rebel Wilson? Already starting to happen to Lizzo. Just recently happened to Angelica Violet. There's been so many people that this has happened to that I am certain our friend is aware what would happen within her own community if she chose to lose weight. And it doesn't matter whether she used Ozempic, whether or not she got weight loss surgery, or if she did it naturally. We have examples of people using all of those methods. And we also have examples of the body positivity or fat acceptance community then turning on those people. So it does almost feel like she's having a moment of realization here, that she has painted herself into a corner, whether it was through all of the body positivity and fat acceptance that she has preached over the years, whether it was trying to say that she had, or she was very good friends with Anna, trying to make some of the claims that she has made over the years and then reversing course and losing weight. She already knows there's going to be a backlash. And personally, whenever anyone chooses to make better choices in their life, I will celebrate that. I don't personally care about what led them to that, because many of us came from body positivity or fat acceptance at some point in our journeys, right? But I also know how many times I've watched these communities turn on each other. And I feel like our friend is realizing that if she were to lose weight, her own community would be the ones judging her.
It's kind of like when you are plus size and not palatable, you're kind of screwed either way. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, again, it feels like she's having that moment of realization. And I'm genuinely curious. This is not a matter of my personal taste here or anyone's personal taste here, but she made the statement here that if you're plus sized and not palatable, but she's a plus size model. And many people in my comment sections, all over her comment sections, have said just how beautiful her face is or how beautiful they do find her to be. So I'm genuinely curious what she means by that statement, because she has made her entire career off of her looks.
But really, this experience was one of the best of my life. And it was totally unplanned.
Okay, and she does go on then about some trip that she took to Tuscany and making sauce at the villa she stayed at. So I did just want to show the beginning of that clip there, just so we could all see our friend have that moment of realization of what she has done with her life and her career at this point. So I do hope that she does figure that out for herself. But if nothing else, I do hope that that can be a warning to others, a canary in the coal mine, if you will, that the queen of body positivity, F your beauty standards, is having that moment of realization where she knows that if she were to change her body, that would change a lot of things in her life for her. And unfortunately, I'm afraid that that is going to be the thing that does hold her back. So again, I hope she does figure that out. But maybe that's just me. Let me know down in the comments below. What do you think? What did you think of our friend Samyra and her preparation and then competing in her first 5K? And then what did we think of Tess Holiday having a moment of realization? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious and I love reading all of your responses. That is where we will leave things today. I thank you so much for joining me. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye! Well, hi, Pokey. Did I wake you from your little cat nap, baby girl? Are you excited? It's almost summer. Well, I mean, we got a little ways, but Mommy's got to start prepping for summer. That means it's almost time for me to get my pool ready. I am like so ready for pool season, especially this year. We just got a new pool. I'm so stinking excited, okay? The last one we had was tiny. It was so tiny. It was 10.5 feet by 6.5 feet by 32 inches deep. And 32 inches was not the fill. That was the actual height of the pool. So yeah, it was tiny. It was just large enough you could float in and maybe kind of like play around a little bit in there. But as the kids have gotten bigger and older, they've definitely outgrown it this last year specifically. So we just upgraded to it's 18 foot by 9 foot by 52 inches deep. So it's almost 4 feet deep now. Much, much larger. This is like 4 times bigger than my old pool. And I mean, it's still not a huge pool, but it's so much bigger than my old pool that it's going to feel huge. We're not actually going to bump into each other every time we go to move in this pool. This is amazing. Aren't you excited, baby? No? Well, are you excited that the Cavs could sweep tonight? We could sweep Miami. What do you think? Should we let them know? Yeah, you ready? You ready to let them know? All right. Bye.